My next guest has been at the top of the tree and turning out hit records for over 20 years, making his very first appearance on this show, and am I glad to welcome Sting! I've been reading about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what we have to do. We get a little file out, we'll check you out.
Okay.
And unlike Sting, unlike a lot of the rock stars over the years, there is no reputation for trashing hotel rooms that I can see.
No, I've never done that.
No? No. And yet you do hold a record for being a little bit of a naughty boy at school in...
Oh, good. School?
Yeah, in Newcastle, where I'm told you were caned, you tell me if this is right, you were caned 42 times in 1 year.
Yeah. That's why I'm sitting very uncomfortably. It's not just the microphone.
What were you doing to get
Not
that?
very much. We just had a very rigid discipline at the school. There were the 2,000 boys at the school. It was the only way they could keep them in control. But 42 whacks hurt.
I bet it stung, Sting. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Couldn't resist that.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
You are a legend, after
You'll
all.
forgive me for that one.
I will.
Did you develop kind of a little technique? You know, kids used to put, like...
Exercise books,
Did that really happen?
Didn't work.
No?
I'm still hurt. They would see them. Have to take them out of it.
So did they... Was it your derriere? It wasn't...
On the backside.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I think they've started... It's illegal now.
Is it?
Yes, it is. And it should be.
But then you became a teacher.
I became a teacher, but I never caned anybody.
You weren't liberal with the old stick?
No.
Never?
Didn't need to be.
OK. What about the name Sting? Because I'm interested now. I know your real name's Gordon Sumner.
My real name is Gordon Sumner. I've had that name for 25 years. And I used to be in a trad jazz group, a bit like the Kenny Ball Jazzmen. And I was just this daft kid who played the bass. And the guys I played with were a bit older than me. And I used to wear this black and yellow sweater. I looked like a wasp. Trumpet player called me Sting, and the trombone player thought it was funny, and it stuck with me.
So what do your mates call you now? I mean,
Sting. Everyone, my wife, my kids, everyone.
So you know no more Gordon Sumner?
You could shout that in the street, I wouldn't even bat an eyelid.
Let's talk about your early days. You did your share of different jobs. Is it right? You were digging ditches?
I was working on a building site. I worked...
Well, but laughing up there.
I was a bus
Someone's got to
conductor.
do these jobs.
I was a milkman.
Were you?
I worked for the Inland Revenue.
You did what?
I did. I worked...
What
I got sacked. It's all right.
What did you do, or what did you do wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't understand it. I was totally incompetent.
The early days of your musical career, you did again. You paid your dues. You did cabaret, cruise ships,
Back comedians.
back comedians,
Yep.
and I'm told you back strippers as
Back
well.
strippers is a very difficult job.
Yeah. Got to concentrate on the wrong dots if you're not. Silly gang. Before we talk about your music, one thing about you that fascinated me, and I've led a sheltered life, so help me here. that you practice tantric sex. Could you put me in a picture?
Des,
But
you know all about tantric sex.
I want you to
I've heard about you. 7
Thanks.
hours.
Would you want to tell me?
Well, it keeps you young. You must be stretching something. I mean...
I got 6 wonderful answers to that, and I'm not going to say any of them. And what happens in this? Well, we call it a ritual. What happens in this style of?
Well, I have to say that 7 hours of tantric sex includes...
What? How many?
7 hours.
7 hours.
Includes dinner and a movie.
Is this a long movie?
Oh, it's
and
The
and a long
Godfather
dinner?
parts 1, 2, and 3.
So we're back to 5 minutes again, are we?
Yeah. Is that your record?
It comes and goes. Right, let's talk about music. Right? This is what you came to talk about. Your music's been an enormous success. I mean, 7 Grammys, film scores.
12.
12 Grammys?
Oh, absolutely.
Our father researched.
7 Grammys. 7 hours, 12 Grammys.
Oh, which was the most fun, though?
I'll tell you. Later.
The success with The Police, I mean, that was fantastic. And Pavarotti, you actually sung...
I sang with the great tenor himself.
Oh. Was that great?
It was fantastic. He is the greatest singer in the world, and great honour to be in the same room with him, never mind sing with him.
You've done country, jazz, classical. Now you've got a new single out. What ingredients of your music is in the single?
Well, it's a very optimistic song. It's called Brand New Day. It's kind of my antidote to the millennium. I think a lot of people are very doom and gloom about the millennium. It's going to be bad. I think it's going to be a new beginning, and let's start again and let's have a good time. That's my strategy. So the song is very optimistic.
Well, we're optimistic for you. Brand New Day. Sting, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Good one, Sting. Good one. Any more?